Well, this is the day when General Sir David Richards stands down from his role as Chief of the Defence Staff. He's got the official handing over ceremony later on this morning. And he's actually left with a very frank interview with The Telegraph and also with The Sun, in which what he's effectively doing is highlighting some of the pitfalls of any military intervention in Syria. So it's actually quite a kind of warning shot in some ways, I think, to the government. He's not giving any advice on whether or not intervention would be the right thing to do, but what he is doing is saying that if the UK government does decide to arm the rebels or does decide to impose a no-fly zone, then they have to go into that with their eyes open. And he's also given this statement that I can give you now. So in the interview he says, if you want to have a material impact on the Syrian regime, then a no-fly zone per se is insufficient. You have to establish a ground control zone, you have to take out their air defences. You also have to make sure they can't manoeuvre, which means you have to take out their tanks. If you want to have the material effect that some people seek, then you have to hit ground targets and you would be going to war. Now, I think clearly David Cameron has got this kind of political decision to make, as General Sir David Richards highlights, but it is a difficult one to do because I think on the one hand he is obviously under pressure to show that the UK is doing all it can to help with the situation in Syria. We're told, of course, that Samantha Cameron is somebody who believes that the UK government should do more. And yet, on the other side, he's got an international situation where countries are very divided, and also many of his own Tory backbenchers are very concerned about the idea of arming the rebels in particular.